Couple things. My husband let me go into Books A Million unsupervised, number one. Number two, my dog had to be sedated, so that's interesting. Number three, my husband was upset that I smelled better than him. So those are the things we're gonna talk about today, because I've decided I'm gonna try to give you guys a heads up on how this is gonna squirrel around. I've given you the three things. Doesn't mean there won't be 75 more. Doesn't mean they're gonna stay in their own little pockets of talk, but that's what we've got for sure today. So SquirrelTribe 2.0, hi, how are you? I love you. Look, we're gonna go ahead and go here since the dog is here. Maxie Poo, come here, come here, come here. Can they see your tail? Can they see your tail, please? Can y'all see that? No, no lick, no lick. Hey. Max, don't do it. I love you, you're the best. All right, so we'll go there first. We'll go with Maxie Poo first. For those of you who saw previous videos, you know that my dog ended up with a hot spot on his tail that was pretty well hidden to begin with, because he is a golden doodle and he had the fluffiest like lion mane tail ever. And the hot spot ended up like right underneath near his butthole, if you will, like right under the folds of everything. And then it worked its way around to the top. The underneath part was almost impossible to see because we don't sit there and play with his butthole and tail on a daily basis. For those of you who are like, oh my God, how you shouldn't have dogs if you didn't notice it. Y'all. Anyway, so Max, stop. So it took us a day or two before we realized, hey, stop. Before we realized that he was having hotspot issues. At first, you know how dogs like to lick themselves and do whatever. And we assumed that was his normal thing. Max, you can't hide in the corner. I can still see you. Just because you went there doesn't mean anything. I still know what you're doing, you weirdo. So he ended up with a hot spot. We realized it because there was a smell that went along with it after like the second day of him like licking on things. And I'm like, this isn't normal. So we did a bath, we did everything else. And I realized it was his tail. We cut it down a little, like the fur. And that's where we stopped here with you guys. So let me give you a breakdown of what transpired after that. I set up an appointment. I think the last time we talked was on Tuesday. Today is Friday, my dude. Side note, happy almost weekend. Talked to you guys on Tuesday and I told you I had an appointment at the vet for him on Thursday. I could not get in before Thursday. Well, Wednesday morning at like the butt crack of, Wednesday, I emailed the veterinary office, the vet office, and I said, hey, listen, Max, please don't, please stop. I love you, but you keep walking. He does this thing where he keeps twisting his body. Hey, I can still see you, to try to get to his tail. And then he's walking around all weird. Would you just sit? And so now when he walks, he also, instead of his tail being upright, he's got it like off to the side. So he looks like a sail that's like off kilter. Hey, sit, just sit for me, please. I love you so much. And I don't want you moving around and licking things. Thank you. You are the best. So anyway, butt crack of dawn on Wednesday, I emailed the vet and I was like, listen, we're scheduled to come in tomorrow for him, but he's getting really aggressive with it. And the cone that we have isn't big enough to stop him. I went out and bought one of those like donut looking things for his neck. So he looked like a really stupid flower for the longest time with the cone and the donut thing. And I was like, but it's not working very well. He can still get to his tail. So what do I do? I'm like, this is kind of a bigger deal than it seemed at first. And I think he needs to get in sooner. And they called me at like 7:15, 7:25 in the morning. They don't even open till I think 7:30. But they called me and they're like, hey, can you get in here today at 10 a.m.? And I was like, yes, I can be there at 10. So we went in at 10 a.m. with him. We walk in and they were like, all right, listen, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna have to put his cone on. Hold on one second. Okay, so we're back. So we get into the vet Wednesday at 10 a.m. with his cone and his puffy collar, his like, I said he looked Elizabethan. I don't know if that's the right word, but he looked like something out of one of those weird polka dog paintings where they're making fun of the dogs and they put that little ruffle collar on him and he's got like a thing and he's like, eh. That's what Max looked like. So we get in there and they're like, all right, go ahead and come back to the room. So we go back to the room and the girl, I said, you might not want to close the door, because it smells. Whatever is going on here, it smells. I don't know if it's pus. I don't know if it's because he's been licking it like crazy. I'm not quite sure. I'm like, it's not his butthole. I made sure it wasn't his butthole. Like we cleaned everything. He's had baths, he gets baths. We clean everything after he poops, wipe him down, whatever. So it's not his booty, okay? It's his tail, which is way grosser, right? So the vet comes in and she's like, this happens all the time, especially on these dogs that have like the fluffier tails like that, like golden doodles and huskies, I think have fluffy tails. I think she said huskies. But she's like, the folds, sometimes it's hard to see because they're covered up by the fur itself. And you don't normally notice there's an issue until either there's something smells or you see like a drop of red where maybe they've licked and bitten so hard that it makes it bleed and then it's on the carpet or whatever else. And so she was like, here's what we need to do. She goes, we're going to have to shave the tail down. And I said, you're going to have to sedate him, because in order to, I tried to wash his tail on Tuesday night. I tried to, which is what prompted the email Wednesday morning. I tried to wash his tail, just, lukewarm water and a little mild antibacterial soap, whatever else. I tried to wash it. The second water touched it, he started squealing. The man, Kevin, tried to hold him down, and it was like, babe, we can't do this. It's obviously hurting him because he's licked too much or whatever else. So she goes, okay, well, we'll do a light sedation. We'll give him a little shot. It'll like sedate him a little bit, numb the areas, whatever else. We'll shave the tail. We will do an antibacterial bath is how I think she phrased it, antibacterial bath. So she's like, we'll basically soak the tail in antibacterial something or other, right? And I was like, okay, cool. So this is at 10 a.m. And she said, do you need him back by a certain time? I was like, no, I'd rather you guys do what you need to do to make sure he is good, to make sure he's not in pain, to make sure that he is not going to get sick from anything and whatever else. So we didn't pick him up till like 5 o'clock. We go to get him at 5 o'clock. And when I get there, the vet was like, just so you know, we only woke him up about 30 minutes ago. He's going to be a little bit loopy, whatever. She said, we shaved his tail. We did the antibacterial soak with the tail. We gave him a steroid shot, and then here are his steroid pills, antibiotic pills for the next 14 days, one a day, whatever else. And I said, okay. And then they gave me a spray to go on it too. And I was like, okay, cool, perfect. $404 later, I was like, oh, that hurts. Oh, that hurts so bad, but worth it because it's my dog. You know what I mean? So we go to leave the vet office, and Max is like, he is so groggy. We had to pick him up. His back legs could not figure out how to get into the car. So Kevin had to pick him up and like put his butt into the car, right? So from the car ride home from the vet to our apartment, he is knocked out. He's not moving at all. We get back to the apartment, and I had to like pull him out of the car and set him down. And every couple steps he would take, his legs would be like, and he looked like what overly drunk people look like, or toddlers who are learning how to walk. One of the two is like they melded, like drunk toddlers, okay? Like they melded together and then grew fur and a snout. And that's what Max looked like. He looked real special. Our neighbor downstairs, Victoria, she's sitting out on her balcony. If it's on the first floor, is it a balcony or a patio? Still has railing, but you can't fall off it. I'm gonna go patio. A railed in patio. That's what we're going with. Okay. So she's out there with her two dogs. She's got Duke and she's got Max, and Maggie, which are absolutely adorable dogs. So she's sitting out there and she's like, oh no, what happened? Because he has his stupid flower cone of shame thing on, and he's walking like a drunk toddler. And then he forgets what's happening. And I swear he was falling asleep while walking. He's walking, and then just next thing you know, he's just standing still. And we're like, Max, and he's out. It got to the point where Kevin had to pick him up and carry him like a bride over a threshold, but it's an 80-pound fur bag instead. Carry him up 2 flights of stairs to the apartment. We get back here, and he goes and lays. I'm like, Maxie Poo, come here, come to the carpet. I'm trying to get him to walk to the carpet, and he's all like, whatever. He gets to the carpet and he lays down. And before his head can actually touch the ground, he is asleep. So his head like falls sideways into our little center console table thingy, and that's where he stayed for hours. He did not eat anything that night. He did not, by the time we had to walk him to pee at like 10 p.m., he could walk up and down the stairs a little bit better, right? But to pee, he didn't squat like he normally does. He just stood there and just let the pee fall as it may. He didn't want to poop, none of that stuff. He didn't eat anything yesterday. Yesterday, he was like, ma'am, I'm still trying to figure out what's going on with all this, because all that, whatever you put in me. So he didn't eat yesterday, but today he's 100% back to normal, trying to lick his tail, because that's what dogs do. Ate an entire bowl of food, drank his water. He's perfectly fine now. He is good. Antibiotics are in his system. We've started him, so he's good. For those of you who wanted the update on Senor Max Ipu. Now, the other thing I was going to talk about, this over here. You cannot let me or my child go into a bookstore unsupervised. Technically, I'm the supervision. Doesn't work like that there. I supervised the child, but she couldn't supervise me. And without the man to go, stop it, there was no supervision. We ran amok inside Books A Million. But here's what I realized. So Books A Million, I pay $25 a year for their membership, right? Which I forgot to cancel like 2 years ago. It just automatically bills me, and I forgot to cancel it. And then every time I get billed, I'm like, man, I need to cancel that. And then the kid goes, can we go to Books A Million? I want some books. And I'm like, I guess we'll keep the membership because it saves us money, right? Today we saved, just today alone, I think it was $12 or $13 on books at Books A Million, right? So we have that one for $25 a year at Books A Million. Barnes & Nobles, we have a free one, where you save like 10% every time you make a purchase. And then after a certain amount of money, you earn like $5 rewards or whatever. So the free one's cool at Barnes and Nobles. I'd rather the Books A Million one be free also, but I found so many more like deals at Books A Million that it's absolutely ridiculous. When we go to Barnes and Nobles, I feel like it's the snooty place to be because they've got like the Starbucks in it, you know, whatever. And everything feels like it's regular price. They normally have like the lower priced areas like off to the side, but it's never books that I'm interested in. I'm like, I don't really care about making origami. I mean, I do, but I would give myself numerous paper cuts, therefore I will not do it. The crocheting thing is cool. There's like books to teach you how to make pot holders. It's never like books that I want to read. It's just books of things you can do or draw, or like the classics from back in the day, like rewritten and whatever else for cheaper. But Books A Million, they have shelf after shelf after shelf of like discount fiction, discount nonfiction, and all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, this is where I live. And it's a good thing they don't have carts or like, Max, do not go in my room and lay on the carpet where I can't see you so you can lick your tail in your butt. Don't do it. I love you so much. I know your tricks. I know what you're trying to do. Lay down there. Thank you so much. Thank you. You are the bestest golden doodle ever. So, where was I? I squirreled away. I lost it. Where was I? Oh. Books A Million, and then books. Oh, it's a good thing I don't have shopping carts because then I'd have 10,000 more than I do right now. So let me tell you what happened. Oh, also, I walk up to the register with like my arms like this and just books. I had like, it looked like a cat attacked me because of all of the lines from all of the books. I still have a couple lines. You guys can see like the indentions in the corners of the books. And this is like 30 minutes ago. I was carrying books like this, like the man carried Max, like a bride or whatever. I was carrying all these books. The kid had 3 books. I had 75, obviously. When we get to the front and the young girl that works there goes, oh no, we are a bagless store. So you may know that a lot of places now, like Target and a lot of places, and even Best Buy, I think Dick's Sporting Goods, I just want to say Dick's, they charge now for bags. It's like 5 cents to 25 cents, depending on what state you're in, what city you're in, whatever else. Books A Million, they said, we're not going to charge you for a bag. We're just not going to have any. And instead of having them and charging you 10 cents, what we do have for you, though, is you can pay $1.99 for a tote that says Books A Million. They're genius. They got rid of the bags, knowing good and damn well that nobody wants to just carry around a whole bunch of books in a shopping center, right? So they sell these, even though the other ones, hey, don't do it. Hey, don't do it. Even though the other bags said their name on it, obviously, but this is a Max, stop. This is definitely a better option. It's a heavier tote. So I bought this for $1.99. And now let me show you the books. All right, so let's look at the books. So this is a small exaggeration, but it's fine. Look, to the brim. Can y'all see that? To the brim, to the brim. I got all kinds of stuff. Okay, so this one I actually already had. This one I took with me to read today. We went to Causeway Coffee, the coffee place I've told you guys about, and I was gonna read a book. Instead, we had conversation the whole time. Then we went to the beach and I was gonna read a book, but instead we had conversation the whole time, so I did not read a book. But these are what we got today. So, if I can get in here. I want to read all of these as fast as possible, and then I want to tell you about all of them, just so we're all fully aware. Like, that is the plan, is to tell you all of them. And I went on a Nicholas Sparks kick, I guess you could say, because a lot of them were the bargain prices. So this one, I don't even know what it's called, The Wish. So I got The Wish. I don't know if you guys have read this. I would like you guys, if possible, at the end of this, in the comments, let me know if you've read any of these. Don't tell me anything about them. Don't give it away. Don't spoil them. Just be like yay or nay, okay? So I got Nicholas Sparks' The Wish. Then I got, no, that's Nora. Hold on, I'm trying to stay with all the Nicholas Sparks. Where else we got? So I got this one, The Longest Ride. Y'all, I was like, what kind of book is this? Nicholas Sparks, you going a little brown chicka wow wow because the title, The Longest Ride. Yeah? No? Okay. So this one I'm excited about. And then I got this one, A Bend in the Road, which again, I have no idea what this one's about. I just picked them up. I didn't even read like the jackets, the back or the inside of any of them. I just picked them up and I was like, let's do this. And I think there's another, maybe that's all the Nicholas Sparks ones. Hold on. Okay, that's all the Nicholas Sparks. I'm gonna save my favorite one for last. I'm so excited about it. Okay, so let me show you this one next. So then I got Nora Roberts, True Betrayals, because I love Nora Roberts. There were some J.D. Robb books. For those of you who know, Nora Roberts is like the what is the word? Hello, think of the word. What's the word? Romance. The romance side of her. And then she's got JD Robb, which I think is more the crime or like suspenseful stuff. But I didn't really buy any of the JD Robb stuff. Like I saw them. I don't think I got one, but I saw these and I was excited. Oh no, there's another Nicholas Sparks. Hold on. Ta-da! This one is True Believer. Look, True Believer, True Betrayals. I think it's the only one that says true. But I got this one too. I'm going to try this, read this one. Then, oh, I have so many Nicholas Sparks. I forgot about this one. I got this one because of the cover. I don't know what it's about, but her little angel wings were absolutely adorable and I had to. And it's a thick book, which I really like. This one is called 2 by 2. So I'm excited about that one. Then I got another Nora Roberts called Black Rose. I got this one because it made me think of my perfume from Hervé Lucindy, which the link is in the description for those of you who keep asking. Hold on. In the description of the video, there's a link to Hervé Lucindy. My favorite smelling perfume in the history of perfumes is the one I have right now, which is the Black Rose and Plum one. So when I saw this Black Rose, it looks like the color of a plum. I was like, it is meant to be, must have it. It's going to be the best book I've ever read because it's the best smell I've ever smelled. All right, so I got that. And then I got this one, No One Will Miss Her. And I was like, oh, well, that's real presumptuous. What? I'm sure somebody misses her. I don't know who her is, but to say no one, I don't like that. So I picked this one up. I'm excited to try whatever this is. And then, hold on, I got one more. I got The Girl from Widow Hills. No clue what it's about, but it looked like somebody drowned based off the hair and it looks like water. And I was like, we'll try this one. So that's for me. And then I'm going to show you my last one last. I'm going to show you what the kid got. So the kid, she does have TikTok. She watches a lot of makeup stuff, cooking stuff, movie things, dance things, and like comedic little skits on TikTok. We watch them together. She sends me probably, I swear, like 20 TikToks a day. And I'm like, kid, stop it. She's like, just watch it. It's so funny. And I'm like, fine. She'll send me something. She goes, can you make this for dinner? I'm like, do I look like I am a Michelin chef who knows how to make lobster on the fly? No, I can't make that for dinner. And she's like, oh, you suck. And I'm like, no, it's true. I wish I could make lobster, but I have no clue. And it's expensive. So enjoy your ramen noodles. Okay. So there was 3 books that she wanted that she saw on TikTok or whatever else. So we got those. So this is one of the ones that she wanted, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. And I was like, little baby boo-boo, do we need to have a discussion? Who do we need to kill? Who are we mad at? And do we need to talk about this? Is this because of somebody specific, or you just need to know like how to get away with murder, like the TV show, which I loved. So this is hers, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I think she said she's reading that one first. This one feels really neat, like the cover of this one. And then the first couple of pages is like cool feeling. Y'all can't, whatever. It feels really neat. But this is the next one she got, Haunting Adeline. I don't know what it's about. I have no clue what it's about. But she was really excited about it. So she's going to read that one. I'm going to read everything after she reads it. And then this is the last one. So she picked up this one. She said this one, according to TikTok, is a book that will make you cry. So she says to me, she goes, I read a bunch of books and the ones that make me have strong emotions are my favorite. She goes, but one hasn't made me cry yet. She goes, I really hope this makes me cry. And I'm like, you're such a nerd. I love you so much because you sound like me. I hope this one makes me cry. You know what I mean? So this is the one she wants, If He Had Been With Me. And then there's like a follow-up to this one. I don't remember what it was called. So she's going to read this one. And if she likes it, she'll get the follow-up book. Now, let me tell you the one I'm super excited about. Because I have 3, maybe 4 all-time favorite books that I will read over and over and over and over and over. Where the Red Fern Grows, which I had to read in 7th grade. It was like mandatory. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you're gonna make me read this book about these dogs. Favorite book ever. I read it every single year without fail. Do not care. I'll be 90 years old reading Where the Red Fern Grows. So got that one. This is my number 1. Then I have The Witching Hour by Anne Rice. I absolutely love The Witching Hour. And third one is To Kill a Mockingbird. I love To Kill a Mockingbird. I love that book. So when I saw Harper Lee in the discount section, I was like, oh, I must. And it's Go Set a Watchman. I don't even know what the hell that means. What is Go Set a Watchman? Is that a full sentence? Like what? Go Set a Watchman. Go set a watchman free on fire. What are we setting him? Like, I need to know the rest. But then I was like, I don't care. And then I realized, y'all, it is a follow-up to Scout from To Kill a Mockingbird. She is now 26 years old, and she returns home from New York City to visit her aging father, Atticus. And I was like, I don't care what the rest of it's about. I just need that first sentence. I'm all in. I am so excited about this book. Y'all don't even understand. So I'm going to read To Kill a Mockingbird again. Not that I don't know it from front to back 100%. And then I'm going to read this immediately afterwards. Then I'm going to dive into the rest of these books because this is where it is for me. So I'm so excited about all that. Just so you know. Just, y'all, I mean, just so much. But I did save. Does it tell me how much I saved? Discount card savings, $11.50. So I saved $11.50 with everything. And we bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 books and a tote bag. And I rounded up for writers. It's like it helps with writing programs for people who want to learn how to become authors. So, you know, I'm going to help because I love books. So for all that, we paid $103 technically before tax. I ain't mad at that. This many books for $103 and I got a tote bag and I rounded up to help some authors. Hello, did my good deed for the day. But I'm super excited about all of these because I'm a book nerd. I'm also very proud of myself because there was a mug. There was a coffee mug because I need one more coffee mug to go with the 75 I have in this cabinet right over there. And it said book nerd, but the O's were glasses. Book, like B glasses, book nerd. And I was like, walk away from the mug, Michelle. You don't need it. Keep walking. You don't need it. I might walk back one day without adult supervision again and buy the mug anyway because I friggin' loved it, just so we all fully aware. Now, last thing. In theory, last thing. I told you in the beginning that the man was jealous of how good I smell all the time with my Black Rose and Plum perfume that I wear every freaking day. Like, I have so many to choose from now because Jess from Hervé Lucindy sent me way too many things. But I go back to either the Black Rose and Plum or the Damask something and Plum. Damask Rose and Plum. I don't remember what that one's called. I go back and forth between the two. Plum obviously is my favorite thing. So he says to me a couple of days ago, he goes, do they have men like perfumes? And I'm like, you mean like a cologne? He's like, whatever it's called. I don't know. Do they have stuff that makes man smell more manly or more better? And I was like, probably. So I emailed Jess, the owner, the brains behind all these scents and creations from Hervé Lucindy, which again, the link is in the description. If you guys are interested, just FYI, because a lot of people have asked about it. It's in there. So I emailed her and I was like, hey, so the man, he's a little sad. He doesn't smell as good as I do, even though he's got Tom Ford cologne and he's got Givenchy and he's got Combs? Was it Diddy perfume cologne? Who was it who he had? I don't remember the other one. I think it was Diddy. No, I don't remember who he had. So it doesn't really matter. But he has all these ones that he's had for a couple of years and they smell great. The Tom Ford one I picked out maybe a year or two ago because I love how it smells. And then he uses beard oil from Magnolia Soap that smells absolutely friggin' amazing too. But every once in a while he wants to smell different and that's fine. So he goes, does she have anything for dudes? So I email her and I'm like, hey, he wants to know if you have anything for men. If you do, obviously I want to buy all of them and then let him decide what he likes, whatever else. And she replies back to me. She goes, that's funny because I already sent you a whole bunch of the men's ones. I had my husband help me pick them out and here's the tracking number. Like she was so far ahead of me. It was absolutely ridiculous. So he is now like me on Christmas. He's a little giddy. He's not gonna admit it, but he's like super excited. These things are about to show up. And he goes, oh, when they get here, can we do this on 2.0? And I was like, obviously, like that's a dumb question. I love you, but don't ask me stupid things. So once they show up, y'all have met me and I'm very open and honest and blunt. He, even more so than I am, if you've seen him over here on his channels or whatever else. But the thing is, his nose doesn't work as well as mine. So if he smells something, he's like, man, this smells good. That means it smells friggin' amazing. If he says, this doesn't smell that great, it probably still smells okay. But if he goes, this smells like something died, then maybe not. Probably not good. So once they show up, we're going to do the whole open it up and let him smell everything. And I'm super excited about it. But I told him at the end of the day, I get to pick what you wear each day because I'm the one who has to sniff you. So that's how that works. With my stuff, he's like, I don't care which one you pick. They all smell good and they smell better on you than they do in the bottle, which is hard to do because they smell friggin' amazing in the bottles. So we're excited about that. So that's that. Also, side note, today was 70 degrees and freaking fabulous outside. So when I, passive aggressively said to the man, it's so pretty outside today. I said that while I was washing dishes after we ate breakfast. I'm standing here at the kitchen kind of, it's so pretty out. That thing, that passive aggressive thing that sometimes I can do. And he was like, I can take a hint. And I was like, no, I'm just saying it's really pretty out. So he took me to the beach because he's smart. And my passive aggressiveness, he has figured out, means do something about what I'm talking about. So he took me to the beach. We sat on the beach for like an hour, just he and I, at one of the tables, and stared at the waves and had conversation. And it was a fabulous way to spend Friday. Tomorrow is supposed to be like 72 and sunny. And I told the kid, I was like, hey, ask one of your friends if they want to go with us to the beach. She's like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, I know. That's why I said bring a friend, because she hates the sand. Like, she's mine. I mean, I know she's mine. I watched her come out of me, and I know that she's mine, but that part of her, I'm like, I feel like somebody dropped you on your head at one point for you not to like the beach like I like the beach. I don't know where we went wrong with raising you, but it's fine. But in order to keep her happy and not being like, oh my God, are we done? Can we go yet? I'm like, bring a friend with you and y'all can play volleyball or whatever else. You don't have to get in the water. You can just sit on a chair and read a book. I don't really care. I just want to go be near the water or whatever else. She's like, okay. So she's happy. She got some books to read. She's got a friend who's going to go with her. We get to go soak up some vitamin D, and I'm excited about Saturday. Hopefully you guys are too. I don't know what you guys are doing this weekend, but hopefully it's great. Hopefully you're excited about it. I'd love to hear about it in the comments. If you have plans, feel free to tell the tribe what you're doing. And then again, if you have read any of these, give me a yay or nay, but don't give me the ending. Don't do it. And I would like to know so that I know where to start. I mean, I know where I'm starting. We've already figured that out. But besides that, where to go next. So that's all. I love you guys very much. We're going to go get some pizza at Merlin's. I don't work there. I just buy t-shirts from all the places I like. So we're going to go to Merlin's and get some pizza tonight. Cheese pizza, veggie pizza, ranch. So excited. So excited. That's that. Love you guys. See you later. Bye.